Kevin Zay. I've heard that the level of involvement with multi-level marketing schemes is extremely high within the Mormon faith. I'm wondering how prevalent MLM involvement is within Scientology. I do know the majority of those that get involved with MLMs tend to be women. I'm also aware of the fact that women in Scientology do not have the same issues as those in the LDS Church as far as their levels of allowed participation within the organization. That being the case, I would not be surprised if the level of MLM involvement in Scientology was comparatively low due to the disparity in the amount of free time females have within those groups. Well, that's an interesting take, Kevin, and you might have a point there. I'm not really sure, but as far as MLM activity in Scientology goes, I am aware that there is activity with that on the part of men and women. My folks got involved with Amway, as I've said a few times, during the 80s while they were involved in Scientology. There was also a music thing I think they got involved in, but I don't think that was sort of MLM, but it was more one of those, get pirate copies of cassettes for dirt cheap, right? I did not, outside of my own experience in the 80s, as I was growing up and my parents were doing that stuff, once I started working for the church and then later was in the Sea Org, I didn't see a lot directly of MLM involvement with Scientologists, but you hear about it from time to time, and you hear about people being not taken advantage of, but just investing money in that. And then, when I was a reg, for example, when I was selling Scientology to people for a period of time, those kind of things would always sort of get in my craw a little bit. I'd be like, wait, what? They're doing what? There's some MLM thing. What's that? And you try to discourage it because you wanted all their money. I want all of it. So stop putting it over there. Of course, the idea with the MLM is that by doing that, they're going to make money so that they can pay for Scientology. And I guess in a couple cases that's worked out for people. But most of the time, these MLMs are just total money traps, and they are little cults in themselves. And as I've commented many times about Amway specifically, the product of Amway is not the little cleaning stuff and clothes and other things they sell. The product is you selling other people and selling them on selling with the CDs and DVDs and stuff. So it tends to, only work for the people at the very, very top. So I could not actually honestly tell you from a big picture view whether there are more or less, percentage-wise or per capita or whatever, people involved between Mormons and Scientologists. I can just say that I know that Scientologists are very open to the idea of get-rich-quick schemes or things that can make them money so they can do the bridge. And they tend to park their ethics at the door if it's in service of getting money or financing to do more Scientology. So, that's pretty much what I can say about that. And I know it's not a really involved, deep, full answer on that, but my involvement with it and exposure to seeing people working on MLMs while doing Scientology was kind of minimal. So that's what I can say about that.